I feel like at a certain point I'm going to have like a Tuesday, Wednesday shirts, kind of like those underpants you would see on like, what is it, Laverne and Shirley. I'll have like my Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday shirt. So, good morning, good morning. Hey, Laura Gibbons Vo. Vo, it only shows when it says you're joined, it cuts off the back, the rest of your, what do you call that? Your last name. Sorry. So it's like Laura Gibbon Vo. I love it. Brenda, nice to see you. And Sandra and Rose, spreading sunshine. Don't steal my sunshine. Gonna steal my sunshine. Do, 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 do. There we go. Good morning. So how y'all doing? And I'm not even Southern. And I say y'all sometimes because I have a wonderful silent Southern client. And y'all is good. Hey, Pinker Singlever Chloe, it's been a while. Oh, Shanana, nice to see you. You're up early. I don't even think it's still probably dark up New Hampshire, huh? Uh-huh. Very cool. This is an early TikTok live because I have clients early in the morning, but also I tend to be an early bird. I was thinking about that, and I'm going to take a quick look at my calendar. No, we don't need to look at February. Because this week and next week, yeah. Maybe I'll do that. I don't know. So, Kat Roby, nice to see you. Hey-yo. Hey-yo, it's Kat Roby. But yeah, many of us are wired differently. So if you're up this morning early, I call it early because it's 7 o'clock in the morning. Yes, hey-yo. And I can help you make through the next hour easier, kind of getting your mindset, get my mindset on you type of thing. I'm here for it. I'm here for it. I know there's only, a handful of people. It's still early yet. But, ooh, Kat Roby, 5 a.m. Damn, lady. There we go. Here we go. Elaine is stopping in from Texas. There's another y'all. Texas stepping in. I love it. And Shannon and Jane and JF and the hair siren. And I don't mean to out you if you're just passing through. Like, hey, person. But sometimes it's nice to do the, oh, there you go, Tucson. There you go. We were in Tucson earlier this year. Very cool town. We didn't spend a lot of time there, but we totally want to go back. So what do we got here? We've got a Tuesday at 7 a.m. Not to freak you out, but just to put it into context. Next week, this day of the week is Christmas Eve Day. The following week, in 2 weeks from today, is New Year's Eve Day. So we are now kind of entering the twilight zone. We are entering, for many of us, and even if you don't celebrate any holidays at all, man, is it on the outside, like the whole society, things are shifting. So we are now entering that kind of a week before Christmas or a week before, 2 weeks before New Year's, that type of thing. So I show up to say to you, hey, my name is Beth. I'm a decluttering life coach. And I'm here to help you with what you're struggling with clutter-wise and sometimes otherwise, because a lot of times it's the same toolkit. How are you feeling getting into the holiday season? If you're not feeling so good, what I recommend, and this is maybe a bit of picture pages, and this is a bit of like, insert your favorite children's morning show here. Get in your notebook. Do you have your workbook? Get your El Cheapo workbook, okay? And a pen and write down some stuff, okay? Write down the things you're not psyched about, and we can flip them on their belly and help undo those types of things, all right? Now, I love this. Kat Roby, oh, there you go. A whole breeze block sunshine mile for me to visit. Yes, and I hear you guys. Is it Tucson that has the neon sign garden in a whole district? I may be getting it wrong, but I think that is. Now, here is a story from the Decluttering Wins Department. Speaking from the Wins Department, over to you, Laura Gibbon Voorhees. Laura says, I have a lady scheduled to pick up 6 cloth and wire baskets that I used for teaching, and I'm glad to see them go. Yes, so what we do a lot here on Destination Decluttered, again, Beth, Destination Decluttered, Decluttering Life Coach, is I help you recognize what's not working for you in your home, and then ideally making it easier for you to remove what is not working from your home so that, boom, just by math, you are left with just what is working for you. So notice even in Laura's story, she used to use these baskets for teaching. Back when she was teaching, these were helpful. Now, and again, I feel like Mr. Big from Big Time Records, now she doesn't use those baskets, and in the future, she doesn't plan on using them. So she says, you know what? I'm going to remove them from my life. Then she won't be tripping over baskets, and here's my thing, is she won't be having too many containers. Is this what happens to you maybe? That you have actually too many containers in your house? You thought that what would solve your clutter problem was to buy the right container, the bag and box? Well, this is really cool. So Jennifer S. is saying, so much does not work in my home. Yay. Yay that you recognize that. Because when you recognize that category of stuff in your home, the stuff that ain't working, that's one powerful step to getting it out of your house. So yay that you decided, you have recognized that you are surrounded by a lot of stuff that doesn't work. You know? Damn, Oceanana, you are an early bird. Oceanana was awake at 3:30 a.m. The fridge is cleaned out and the lists are made for today. Okay, you know what? Kick back in your recliner. Put a little blankie on you because I know it's going to be cold up there in the Granite State. And grab yourself a mug of something nice and revel in your accomplishments. Revel in it, you know? Yes. And I love this too. Laura Gibbon Voorhees, because I love when you can do something about something that annoys you. Sometimes you cannot. But Laura is offering that these baskets that she had when she was teaching, the baskets tend to collapse and it annoys me. I am getting rid of that which annoys. Yes. So notice if something bugs you, if something annoys you. Now, some things in our life bug us and annoy us, and we can't do a damn thing about it. Damn it, Donna. There we go. We can't do a damn thing about it. However, you can practice. You can get rid of the stuff in your house that annoys you. I mean, it's kind of as simple as that. I don't know how else to phrase it. But you may not have control about what's on the other side of here's the wall of your house. You're in your house right here. There's a lot going on outside in the world that you have absolutely no control over. Myself included. I don't have control over a lot of that stuff. But on this side of the wall, in this square, in this cube known as this room, I can control what's inside my home. Doesn't that feel a bit more empowering than feeling like you can't control anything? Okay? So, you can't control the stuff in your house that bugs you. Now, I love it. Awesome Sauce. Good morning, all. I decluttered my couch and a Bath & Body Works gift set. Yes. Now your couch is decluttered, and now you can lay down on the couch and read a book. One of my favorite things to do in life. Except now that I'm getting older, my neck gets achy. Oh. Now, Oceanana, are you talking about, that can't be snow inches, right? Yeah, maybe it's the degrees. Okay. It better be degrees. I can show up here on a TikTok Live, and I can tell you, all you need to do is get rid of what you don't like. On the surface, true. Oh, I love this. Awesome Sauce got rid of a couch. Yay, so I only have one now. I know what that means, and okay, degrees. Got it, Oceanana. We moved into this house with 4 couches. 4 couches. We only had one room that needed them, but we didn't know because I used to sell mid-century modern furniture and stuff. And so, so we lived in this house with 3 couches for a while yet, and luckily now we only have 1. So, man, now do you have space? And you picked the couch that you like better. So congratulations. The moving of the big stuff is a big deal because it gives you space. And space, the final frontier. gives you the space to breathe, to just enjoy. Good stuff, lady. Good stuff. Now, as I was saying, because I interrupt myself all the time, because I see the comments going by, this isn't a podcast. I am totally, picking up what you're putting down, is on the surface, I say, all you need to do is remove what doesn't serve you, what you don't like anymore. That is true on the surface. I know that it can be a little bit more difficult once you get under the surface, that it can be a bit of a dance, a little bit of tension, a little bit of a tangled up ball of feelings and thoughts when you think of getting rid of something you don't want. So I know that. That's why we go under the hood. This is why I got my certification as a life coach. So I feel more comfortable diving under the hood. Now, am I a trained medical and mental health professional? Nope. Do I want to be one? Nope. But I can help you with the skills that I have right now. Now, I love this. Awesome Sauce is saying, my living room looks huge now. Yes. Space. Oh, excuse me. Space to stretch out, right? You got room to stretch now. You can bend and you can stretch and you can kick. I always thought Sally O'Malley should have been 60. Because when I was 50, I didn't feel as old as she looked. But man, now I feel a little bit more Sally O'Malley. All right, Diva Design Studio is asking, I really want to declutter clothing and craft supplies over my winter break. Any tips to start? Yes. Got a wicked lot of them. People, get your notebooks out. Picture pages. Get your notebook out and write these things down. First of all, the way I will always start anything is making sure that two things happen. And I'll go over these very, very kind of high level, the kind of almost like the chapter headers, for, lack of a better thing. First of all, get your energy right. Get the balance right. Your head, your heart, your hands. Get your energy right. Make sure you're feeling good physically before you do it. Get your gas tanks full, really, is your energy. You're kind of feeling good about doing it. You're not dreading it. You're not overwhelmed. You're not tired. So get your energy good. Then, to me, the next step is most beneficial when you decide on your destination. Now, notice in the back here behind me, if you guys haven't seen this, I tried to make this look like a map pin on Google Maps, and then we got the little dotted line to go to the destination that's supposed to look like a heart, right? Because that's your destination, and then you are the person in the little car chugging along, taking all these steps to get there. When you define your destination, you help focus what you're aiming for so you can stay the course. If you don't know what you're aiming for in anything, you're going to be taking a lot of twists and turns and detours and getting confused. But when you know that you're going, as I like to say, from Pennsylvania to Palm Springs, you now have a line. Now, none of us are crows, so we don't fly like the crow flies. So there will be some twists and turns, but if you're always pointing your car in the direction that you want to go, you will get there. Okay? So get yourself feeling good, fill up your tank, decide where you want to go, and then chunk it down. Now, chunking it down means a couple of different things. So Diva Design Studio, you've got decluttering clothing, you've got decluttering craft supplies. So those are two chunks right there. The neat thing is about the way I coach and the way I approach it is it's the same system, it's the same formula. So you're going to be doing a lot of deciding. Deciding is decluttering, and decluttering is a life skill. So learning how to make decisions based on what you want. So let's start with craft supplies. Okay? So you also will then say, okay, I'm going to declutter my craft supplies. Very broad topic, very general. Then what you'll probably end up doing is you will categorize those even further. What are the craft supplies you immediately know you don't want? The no-brainers. This is where I like to put into play what I call your internal traffic signal. So the stuff you don't want is like the red dot, the stop sign on a 3-color traffic signal. If you go out and you notice them today, you're going to notice the top one is red. I flip it upside down. The stuff you don't want is red. You can easily get rid of that. Then you're going to look at your craft supplies and say, what's the green stuff? What's the green stuff that I love, that I totally am wicked psyched to do that project, and I cannot wait. I'm like champing at the bit. Chomping at the bit, champing at the bit. I really want to do that project, and I can't wait to get started. That eagerness. Those are the things you say, okay, I don't want this stuff, I do want this stuff. What you're probably going to find, and for everybody, this is true, this is not just craft supplies, there is stuff in the middle. There is stuff that's yellow, which is, it's complicated. I don't know if I should keep it or lose it or whatever. That's where we hang out. That's where you go from the easy surface down to what's going on inside, okay? And the neat thing is, Diva Design Studio, those outlines of the three colors in the internal traffic signal, that's the exact same process you would use with your clothing. Okay, so notice, lather, rinse, repeat. You can use the same thing. Okay? That's how you get started. But start with calming down your nervous system and getting your body feeling good. If you don't feel good, you're not going to do anything good. Okay? So do things to make you feel good. Okay. Cat Roby. Hubby and I cleared a 3-room storage building Sunday. I love this. Cat Roby, this is awesome. So I'll read this to you guys. I read these comments just so you know. So those are for the people who are tuning in live, who are out decluttering while I'm chatting. I totally don't mind if you do surface clutter, decluttering. You do not need to be sitting here with me, but you can totally sit here with me. I'm not going to force you to get up and do stuff. Now I could have lost my train of thought. Oh, also, thank you. Thank you, brain, for reminding my brain what I was doing. I also reread the comments because I upload these TikTok Live when they're recorded to Destination Decluttered on YouTube. And these comments that I see and you see right here do not carry over. So it helps provide context when you're rewatching some of the over 500 videos I have uploaded for free for you to watch. So Kat is saying, hubby and I cleared a 3-room storage building Sunday. He heard Destination Decluttered yesterday and wants to do sessions with me. Hey, 2 more hands moving stuff gets it done twice. I love that. Getting help. And I say help, but I really want to be mindful about how I position that. I want you to think of having people participate in the mutually beneficial act of decluttering. Okay? So notice I would say that it's different from help. There's a subtle yet powerful difference. Helping somebody is like, this is your task and I'm just helping out. When you don't say help, you say participate. That means, hey, wait a minute. You participate in this because you benefit from the decluttering, and also you actually probably do some of the clutter. You know? There we go. I think overwhelm was automatic. There we go. Okay, I'm just catching up. Diva, I hope I covered what you said. You know? I love it. Erin, good morning. And Erin, guess what? Today, I totally decluttered that stupid mug from yesterday, and I'm back to my own cool mugs. Erin says, Beth is an amazing coach. Individual sessions probably available again in January. Yes. Okay. So yeah, totally. I do one-on-one coaching with clients, just to be really clear. I'm not going to talk about that a lot today because I don't have any sessions or consultations open. I am kind of shutting down my business for the holidays, and I know this is a busy season. So I coach one-on-one with people, or like Kat Roby just said, if your husband and you want to be in on it, I've coached couples before. I actually have a wonderful Gen X aged daughter and her elderly mom who I'm coaching, which I love, because I am a Gen X daughter of an elderly mom that I'm helping. So yeah, I do a 10-session package, paid coaching, and it all starts with a consultation. Now, there are no consultations available right now, and there won't be until the new year. Never fear, Underdog is here. If you're interested in that, the thing you can do right now to kind of plant a seed and take a step forward is to just get on my mailing list. I got a good mailer is going to go out sometime this week, depends on how I feel, to just, kind of wrap up some stuff for this year and set us up for the new year. So destinationdecluttered.com is my website, and if you want to sign up for the mailing list, just scroll down to the bottom of the homepage, put your email address in, prove to me, hit the button that says I'm not a robot, and we're good to go. Okay? I love it. Hey, this is a good one. Everybody who has free stuff, I've done this before. It's obviously weather dependent, but Laura Gibbon Voorhees says, recraft stuff. My free crafts table at the end of my driveway was a hit, and I advertised it on Facebook free group. Yes. Okay. Yep. And just really quickly, I'm backing up on stuff. Okay, so Diva Design Studio, excuse me, two things because I'm just catching up on stuff. Overwhelm. Remember I said the very first step was making sure you feel better? That means counteracting, doing something different than feeling overwhelmed. A lot of that tends to do with, and I've got a video on here kind of somewhere, about calming down, breathing down, slowing down, how you can help your physical body, help your nervous system, all of that, not feel as overwhelmed before you get started. Okay, so really don't even just start. I would back up and don't start until you're feeling better and not feeling so overwhelmed. And how you can also do that is chunking it down. You don't say the whole house, you say one room, that type of thing. Diva Design Studio is asking also, what is my schedule? I will turn this on when you start. Cool thing is, I do have a schedule. My TikTok lives, I do pretty much every day, except when I don't. It's my little joke, but it's true. If you want to find out what my schedule is, get on my mailing list. Mailing list people, when you sign up for the mailing list, you get a thank you page pops up, and then you're supposed to get an automatic email, a welcome email. In that welcome email is the link to the page that's all the good resources. And on that page, you scroll down on that page, which is where I update and do the TikTok live schedule. I say that because I coach people all over the country. As I look at my map of the United States, I'm East Coast, so it's 7:23 in the morning for me right now, Diva Design Studio, but it's different times for other people. So what I try to do is, because my TikTok lives are to allow me to reach as many people as I can, is they are scheduled at different times during the day. So that's why I share the schedule, so you know where to find me. I do have my TikTok live scheduled from now until the end of the year, which really is only 2 weeks from now. And the other thing too was, something just came to my mind about that. Hold on. I can't remember. Doesn't matter. Okay. There we go. Okay, we got some stuff to fun. Here we go. I love it. I love it when people are helping out while I'm chatting. So there we go. So yes, Rochelle is saying she emails the schedule to people. I don't email the schedule. Let me be clear about this. People are like, oh, I didn't get the email. The one email you get has the email to the one place. Because can you imagine, with the amount of time that I change the schedule, how many emails? I don't want to clutter up your mailbox, but very close. Okay, I send you a link to a place that I update, and then you know how to go there to always find the most updated info. You know, there we go. So good. Okay, so Sconson says, and I love it. Oceanana says, how do you handle when your husband wants to get a dumpster and throw it, and you want to look at every item beforehand? And Oceanana knows what this is about. You know, I will answer that in a second. I love it. German Maid has sold my Willow Tree Nativity set, made $150. Also sold a bunch of Pampered Chef items I had in stock, cluttering my office. Win-win, rehoming and getting money. And then Tippy says, can you repeat your site to get on your mailing list? Yes, I can. Destination Decluttered. Declutter ED in the past tense, all one word. You'll see it actually if you go to follow my page here on TikTok. There is a link there, a hyperlink, when you go to that homepage that says like destinationdecluttered.com/links. You can also just click that on your phone and it will pop you to that page. I love it. Laura Gibbon Voorhees says, I copied the link and it's part of my daily to-do list. Yeah, because I add stuff there. I let you know about it, but it's a good place to check. So, notice where you may be related to somebody who wants to just pitch it all, but you want to go through it piece by piece. Notice that you are then saying to yourself, I am then going to have to show up and go through these things piece by piece and make decisions. Okay? And that's okay. But notice what you're signing up for. Now, personally, I like that approach because for a couple of reasons. I like the idea of not throwing everything into a dumpster because, one, throwing something into a dumpster does not allow you to understand how things got that way. When you go through each piece, you're going to realize that everything you have in your house has a story attached to it. Where's the thing I can grab right now? Oh, I know. How about this? Everything you have in your house has a story that you've attached to it. The story makes you feel a feeling. You have a story that's words in your head. Those words make you feel a feeling in your heart. Look at me, I'm tapping. Motorboat. And then, depending upon how you're thinking and feeling in your head and your heart, you do something with your hands. Excuse me. For example, isn't this a little cute thing? It's like a little Sucrets box. I got it from somebody, and they designed it. They put little things in it. So cute. So cute. And I have little bits and pieces in it. I like it. I think it's cute. I'm keeping it. Sorry, I'm just enjoying what I have. I have this thing. I like it. I put it somewhere where I can use it. If I picked up something I don't like for example, this paperwork about prepping for a colonoscopy, after today I'm like, I don't want that, and I put it in the recycle bin. But notice if you are working with somebody that wants to get a dumpster may be appropriate at some time in this process. It's going to be after you've made the decisions on things and saying, yes, these things can be thrown away. Yeah, Jennifer S., it does say that's to get a consultation. As long as you're on my mailing list, go to destinationdecluttered.com, scroll down to the bottom of the page, and you'll see a form to put your email address in and hit submit. Okay? Let me do this real quick. Just to make sure. Okay, there we go. Yes. So, go to destinationdecluttered.com, and then either at the website, whatever's easier, there's like a page that says join, or you just scroll down to the bottom and you put in your email address and you get onto the email thing, okay? There will not be any appointments full for consultations until the new year, just so you're clear. You're not missing anything. You're doing everything right, and the calendar's working the way it is, okay? I email people and say, hey, I just put some dates on there. So you will find out before anybody else who is not on the mailing list when those things are, okay? So there's that. So what I want to offer is the dumpster can happen at a certain point. But the other thing too is you probably have some stuff that you don't want, but still is good. That may be why you're hanging on to it. Well, it's not broken. I can't throw it away. Please get used to and comfortable with the idea of rehoming the items that still have life in them. Donating things so other people who do not have the abundance that you have can use those things as opposed to going in a landfill. Okay? So notice that there is a time and a space in decluttering for the trash. But if you're following me, my process is to, yes, go through those things so you discover why you were cluttered, so you can change it so you're not cluttered as much as you were after you go through the process. You learn something about yourself. Why am I keeping this item? You listen to the story. After you listen to your story, then you can make a decision about whether you want to keep it or not. Okay? Now, I love this. Rachel is saying, paper clutter, what to keep for how long and how to organize. Oh, that's just kind of a whole chapter in a book. Paper clutter, what to keep for how long and how to organize. Keep it as long as you want, organize it however you want. No, that's not helpful. That's just me being sassy and having some caffeine. Okay, so I love this. Lorraine is at work. She finished her tree and is now on to the nativity scene. No, Jennifer Lohome hates paperwork. Paperwork. I often say, whenever anybody says something, hate, what do I hate? You know what you probably hate? You don't hate your paperwork. If you hated your paperwork, you would throw it away. You probably hate your current paperwork process. Okay? So notice, your process isn't working for you. If you hate papers, you're not doing it. There's a better way to do it. I was going to say you're not doing it right, but that sounds very judgy. I'm not judgy here. It's a no judgment zone. You save paper because it makes you feel safe. Think about that. You save paper because it makes your nervous system feel safe. Paper is proof of something. Paper is proof that you paid a bill. Paper is proof that you got married. Paper is proof that you got divorced. Paper is proof that you got paid. Paper is proof that you donated money to something. Paper is proof that you paid your taxes. Paper is proof that you're getting charged a certain amount for something. Notice this. Paper provides a benefit to you, or else you wouldn't keep it. Okay? Yes, so notice really quickly, just me 00111 says, I don't have a process. That's the problem, right? It's not the paper that's the problem. It's the process. Okay? When we change your process, you will feel better about paper. Now, I used to hate paper. I grew up in a family that saved paper like nobody's business. I am not shitting you that last spring when I was up in my mother's attic, I was literally finding receipts from when my parents had a Texaco credit card in 1973. They were up in doom bags in the attic. The doom bags disintegrated because they started out as plastic, and then they disintegrated because they were freaking from 1973, and they were up in a 2024 attic. So trust me, I know of which I speak. I used to be afraid of paper. Now, Just Me 00, what's doom bag? It's actually an acronym. Didn't organize, only moved. ADHD people are picking up what I'm putting down, but yes. So what I say to you is get curious about what you are currently saving paperwork-wise. What are the categories? Okay? What are the categories? Now, I tend to keep the paperwork that is my bank statements. That's the evidence of work done on my car. That's the evidence of the amount of gallons that went in our oil tank. The evidence of things that I have done. Sometimes we also have paper that is paper that indicates something you should do. Oh, I have to pay that bill. Okay? So, a couple of really quick things. First of all, your process can be whatever you want it to be. However, I know at least a lot of people get jammed up with tax paperwork, saving your tax statements, which to me is kind of, or your tax, what do you call them? The envelope that says 2023 taxes. You only need to save those according to the IRS for 7 years. Anything prior to 2017 tax-wise, according to the IRS, you can go and recycle. I highly recommend with those types of things to get them shredded because they have your Social Security number on them. So that's your taxes. Boom, 7 years, you're done. And every year forward, every time you put away your taxes from that year, now you know you can shred the other one. Okay? Now, some people like to scan things. Cap is saying scanning has been a game changer for me. I want to say one better is think about the paperwork you currently have. And I'm talking paperwork, like boring paperwork, not greeting cards. To me, there's a difference. There's surface clutter, there's stored clutter, there's sentimental clutter. Sentimental clutter is the stuff that's like greeting cards. As Lorraine says, I saved greeting cards from others. I cut out the signatures, saved them, and threw out the cards. So that's a sentimental thing. But I think the paperwork truly that jams people up a lot, mostly, is that everyday evidence of living. What do I do with this receipt? Do I keep this receipt or not? Notice the categories of paper you have and don't get judgy. Get curious. Why am I saving this? And listen for your answer. Now, people talk about pop music. People talk about scanning. To me, I say pretty much almost every single piece of paper you may have in your home right now that's of like kind of the official document also exists somewhere already digitized. So notice that. Are you getting paper that's coming into your house that you can also access this information online? Now, trust me, I know people have varying degrees of comfort. Notice you're saving paper to save safe. I want to prove that I paid my bills. I want to prove that I paid my taxes. I want to see what I charged on my credit card. Makes me feel good to be able to access that information and prove it. So nobody can say, no, you didn't pay your taxes. You know? Erin's picking up what I'm putting down. That's how my brain works. I'm Gen X. What can I say? But notice that anything that I have saved, with very few exceptions, also probably exists on the internet. However, what makes me feel comfortable, the habit I'm into, I save some of my paperwork. But I do it on a yearly basis, and it barely takes up the width of an Expando folder. And it's organized when I'm in there. Do I ever have to look at that stuff once I look at it when it comes in the house? Very rarely, if ever. However, it gives me peace of mind. So I don't mind it because I look and I say, I don't have to worry. If I ever need to prove anything, the proof is right there. So who am I going to prove it to? Do I need to prove to somebody that I went to the Acme and bought some saltines and, a stick of butter? No. So I throw that one away. I recycle that. So seriously, you guys, really what a lot of this is just getting curious. Stopping right now on whatever, December 17th of 2024, and just saying, hey, wait a minute. Why do I do the things I do? Doing that thing you do, Why are you doing that thing you do? Is that thing you do, which is one of my favorite all-time movies. I wouldn't have the life I have without this movie, but I digress. Is that thing you're doing giving you the result you want? Okay? Is what you're doing giving you the feeling you want? Now, that thing you do gives me a lovely feeling. The things I do in my world, for the most part, again, it's never absolute, we're humans, but pretty much I endeavor to have the things that I do make my life feel good, feel easier, simpler, all that wonderful stuff. Yeah, well, so Jennifer says, what if you can't stand the paperwork so much you don't even open it? Notice that. Notice where your nervous system is. Do you remember way back about 40 minutes ago when somebody said where to start? Notice that even the view, getting an envelope in the mail can trigger a response in your nervous system. Like, I can't even. We calm that down. Calming down your nervous system. Slowing down, breathing down, chunking down. Notice that the habit you have. I see a piece of mail. It triggers a visceral response in me. It freaks me out. And my process right now is to then not deal with it in order to calm down my nervous system. However, what you're doing is you're building up a freaking pile of mail. So it's giving you that short-term thing, but long-term it's making things even worse. Okay? Aunt Susie knows that we both follow Greg. I wicked love it. What you're doing is giving you that short-term thing, but it's the long-term is just making it worse. So here's what I say. Please, everybody, notice how much your energy, your nervous system, your heart, as I like to say it, because I like to say head, heart, and hands. How much this is your decision maker right here. You want to make this feel good. Sometimes you get drawn towards things. Oh, look at that cute boy at on the stage playing the guitar. Or you recoil. Oh, yuck, that smells like a skunk and it's a big pile of poop. Notice this, to me, this is the decision maker. This one tells stories, but this one feels feelings. And so notice the feeling you get. And is it a good feeling? Are you a good witch or a bad witch? If it's a good feeling, and it feels good kind of long-term, not just that sugar rush of temporarily shutting it out. Yeah. So, yeah. Brick Mom fan. So notice that. So how do you suggest getting rid of an entire garbage bag full of papers and receipts that have accumulated? Burn them. Pour water over them. Shred them. Get them shredded. Throw them in the trash. There's really no wrong answer. What I want to offer to you, though, is if you know that bag, and again, I will just offer this, and I say this from experience, is if you decide to do that giant kind of declarative thing of dumpster and trash bag, you may be throwing out the baby with the bathwater. Do not throw the baby out with the bathwater. Whoa! No, because there may be some good stuff in there. I know this because we have had these things where somebody says, when I work with my one-on-one clients, and even now on a TikTok Live, people say, oh my God, I'm so glad I went through my mail because I found a check that somebody sent me. I found a notification that my rich uncle died and left me all his marshmallows. I found out something by going through that. If you throw away everything, you lose the opportunity to discover why you kept this stuff in the first place. And even from a psychological level, you miss the opportunity to desensitize yourself from the mail. You haven't gone through the process where you realize it's just a piece of paper in an envelope. Okay? There we go. Gail Dinish found a $100 bill and a birthday card. This is why I say going through the process helps you to not clutter again. If you throw away stuff and that's your only answer is let it accumulate and then throw it all out, you are missing an opportunity to just live with less clutter all the time. What you will also learn is that when you go through this piece by piece, every time you open up an envelope and you say, oh, that's not that bad, it calms down your nervous system. Oh, no big deal. Oh, you're right. Oh, every month I get this thing from Verizon that says you owe me, oh, your bill was paid. Do we really need to get this coming in the mail? No, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to get it off the mail and I'm going to just have that come to my emails because I'm already doing that anyway. You can desensitize yourself. You can calm down your nervous system and expand your nervous system like a giant bubble, a nice clear bubble, so that you are more comfortable dealing with paperwork when it comes in. You know? Elaine just says, I just found some cash in an envelope. Yes. Even if you don't find one stitch of like a gift card or cash or anything like that, you will find out something about yourself. That you had thoughts about why I need to keep this and how I'm keeping it. I was afraid of what was in the envelope. I seriously walked a client through this last week on our session. And what she needed to do was her nervous system was activated. Right, we got that. But then she walked around. She breathed. We said, what's the absolute worst that could be in there? Anthrax? I don't know. Maybe they're going to sue me. I don't know. Then she opened up the envelope and she's like, oh, it's like a tax thing because whatever. It wasn't that bad. Nervous system. Okay, boom. Oceanana found a $50 bill and a card and a restaurant gift certificate. You would have missed all that if you threw it in a dumpster, right? So Oceanana, remind that to Jim when he wants to get the dumpster, right? Now Jennifer says, what if your spouse tosses your things? It only fries my nervous system. Tell them cut that shit out. Seriously. Stay in your lane. I have a spouse. I am the one who tends to organize his stuff more, but I respect him enough to know, and I love him enough to know, don't touch my shit. Do not make decisions on my things. You can make decisions up and down and sideways from here to Sunday about your own stuff, but do not touch my stuff. Yeah, and notice that because it fries your nervous system because you don't feel safe. Notice what we're just really going for, you guys. And I know this is about decluttering your home, but it's really about creating a place that you feel safe. Because when your nervous system is safe, you can exhale. You're not in fight or flight. You know? Yeah. Brick Mom fan. Oh, that's right. Paperless billing. I need to do that more. Write that down. And granted, it's funny. We're talking about paper, but I tell people to write stuff down all the time. That's different. Learn these things that you can do to change your system. When you change the system, you change the outcome. Yeah. Jennifer, I would have words with him. If I would. I would. Why the hell did you throw away my plants? Asshole. Now, I would like to think, I'm going to try to be nice. I would get curious why he did that. I hope he's not just a jerk, because there are jerks out there. Okay? But what I say is get curious about his thoughts about those plants and what they made him feel so that he took his hands around your plants and threw them away. Because that exact same process goes through with everybody. You have a thought in your head. You have words in your head that trigger a feeling. You see something, a story is opened up. The story makes you feel a feeling in your heart. And depending upon what's going on in your feeler, you do something. You either hang on to something or you throw it away. You know? Tell these gentlemen to cut the shit out. Or they're going to have me to answer for. Because it is a violation of trust to throw away something of somebody else's. I know myself because I have broken that. Oh my God, the story I could tell you about the one shoe out of my mother's 800 freaking shoes that I got aggravated because she had so many freaking shoes, and I found one that didn't have a mate, and I was like, "Ugh!" Threw it away. Yeah, of course. I know I did a bad thing. I did. I'm learning from it, so I teach you. Of course, she found the other shoe, and she's like, hey, do you know what happened to this? It was a crappy old Skechers shoe. It looked like ass. She has all these good shoes, but no. The one that I, in frustration, notice the feeling of frustration, pitched it. God, did I get in trouble? I mean, luckily she loves me now, but I had to come clean. I did. And I realized I could be a little kid and be like, I don't know where it went. But I was like, you know what? I was frustrated. I couldn't find the mate. I was at the end of my rope. You know why? Because I was out of gas in my tank. And when you're frustrated, when you feel not good, you don't make the best decisions. That was the end of a long day of helping her declutter her shoes. She still had 80 freaking pairs of shoes. Yet the one, if I had known that, if I felt better when I was going through that process, I would have left the one and been like, it's none of my business. But I got frustrated, and I allowed my feeling to do something with her stuff. Yes. So notice, Brick Mom fan, doing things in frustration always seems to end in guilt, hurt, and bad feelings. Yes. So I have learned that myself. I learned that when I was helping her in the upstairs bedroom with her shoes. So I learned from that, and I did something different the next time. So when I was up in the attic, I did not keep on moving when I had no gas in my tank. When I was at the level of frustration, I knew it was time for me to stop and walk away. And here's the thing with clutter, you guys. It's going to stay there until you do something with it. It will not magically disappear. And if anything, it may continue to grow. But it will not go away on its own. You are going to have to do something with it to remove it from your home. I know that because I was clearing out stuff in my mother's attic, and I was like, man, I did such a good job, and even if the pictures don't look like it, holy Moses, I found reference material that my dad referenced when he was writing a paper in freaking college in the 1950s. I mean, talk about paper that you don't need anymore. But these are the people that raised me. So, of course, I used to accumulate a lot of paper. But I learned from what happened with the shoes to next time when I'm starting to feel like my tank is empty and I'm getting frustrated, to stop. Stop the process. Tidy up a little bit, but don't make any decisions. Walk away until I feel better. Because when I feel better, I'm going to do better. But when I'm feeling frustrated, I know that means my nervous system energy, my capacity for making good decisions, and my capacity for empathy for my mother is at an all-time low, so I need to walk away. I share this with you. This is a personal story for me, but it may resonate. When you're not feeling good, you may not be making the best decisions. Now I love this. Christina's Crafty Concoction says, you helped me clean the hoarder attic we purchased. Yeah. I'm glad because I don't want anybody, this is how I've always been. I don't want anybody to go through anything crappy that I've gone through that I can prevent it. You're going to go through your own stuff, but to know that part of learning sometimes is going through the crappy parts and learning and doing something different. So learn from what I've done well and learn from my mistakes. And do something different so that you save years of your life so that you can have more fun moving forward. Now, I love it. Brick Mom says, I feel that from my heart for sure. Yeah. Good, because all I'm doing is trying to help you with this stuff. Don't do what I did kind of thing. In turn, do some things I did. Change your life. Go for the things you want. Say hi to that person. Throw away the things that tell you bad stories. Stop bringing in stuff you don't like. I love it. Christina says, got everything empty. Rachel says, got to get into work, but thank you. Tackling the papers when I get home. Tackling. And please don't tackle. I say play with your papers. You can play a sport. You can tackle a linebacker or something. Don't tackle it. We're not going to tackle anything. We are going to have fun. We're going to get it done and we're going to have fun. You're going to play with your papers, you know? Now, Laura Give Me Voorhees says, I so appreciate the things I've learned from you. When Hub says he's overwhelmed, yeah, now you know how to help him with that. Okay, calming down the nervous system, you know? You can sense it. Mm-hmm. Yeah, save the good stuff and keep moving. Save the good stuff, keep moving. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And notice when we sometimes have to go through other people's paper that they've saved, let's not be those people to the next generations. You know, it's a different, we live in a different world than we did prior to there's a line in the history of humanity, pre-computer, post-computer. We are all living through the middle hybrid. But, excuse me, many of us are helping people or dealing with the habits people had with paperwork prior to the advent of the internet, that you really did need to keep those papers to prove something, you know? Now, I love it. Disney Mom says, found papers in a garage from 2009, 15 years ago. Okay, I was just doing the math. I've been shredding for weeks. Yes, I did the math right. I love it. Donating the paper to a puppy place. That's really cool if you can do that, you know? All right? They use it in their pens. What a cool idea. Maybe you go see if there's any puppy places around that would want you to do that. I personally used to like shredding, and then I found it was aggravating to me, and I felt like it was a waste of my time. There are places you can bring your paper to get it shredded. I'm just offering that. Yeah. And Christina says, I homeschool. I understand saving some paperwork, but get rid of the rest. Yeah. Do I need to keep my taxes since 1993 asking for a friend? Okay, tell your friend that Beth says no, but also double check on the internet. There are resources available for this. I am one of them. But what I have heard, what I've been told, I don't know, but I've been told that 7 years. So 7 years. So do the math. 3, there's a 4, and there's a 3. That means a 7. So 2017. Anything earlier than 2017 tax-wise, feel free to go get it shredded or shred it, but also notice that you may be like, but wait a minute, but what if I need to prove, there may be some feelings behind it, you know? Maybe some feelings behind it. And the other thing too is your mileage may vary, as I like to say. Your mileage may vary because Disney Mom is bringing her shredded stuff to a puppy place because she's got a puppy place near her that brings that stuff. Some places may not. So we are here at 7:55 in the morning. I'm calling you. I'm here on this TikTok live, Beth, Destination Decluttered, Decluttering Life Coach, from Eastern Pennsylvania. I have certain places that do certain things with clutter and with donations around me. Depending upon where you live, your mileage may vary, you know? And Kat Roby says it's actually 3 years from the date filed. Okay, so here, you know what? If you're still like, oh, that's weird, that's not the 7 years. I feel safer by 7. It's only literally like that much more paper. You're not gaining that much. You're gaining that much space, but that much peace of mind. But thank you, Kat Roby, for irs.gov. I love that. And Dragonfly says 3 years too. So look at me, you know? And I love this. Learn from what we are learning about ourselves. So Erin is a client of mine, and we, and it was open to everybody on my mailing list. This past weekend, we did some decluttering parties. We're going to do more of those in the new year. If you want to be invited, get on my mailing list, destinationdecluttered.com. But what it is like real-time decluttering with a bunch of people on Zoom. You do your things, I do mine, and you learn from yourself what worked well, you do more of that. What doesn't work, you change. So Erin was on these, and she's sharing, oh my God, I'm on all liquid diet because of tomorrow. Ugh. Okay, Erin says, decluttering taught me that I take on too much, get tired, and can't finish. So it's okay to do less and say no. Yes. And Erin, I would even do this. If I were you, what you just wrote then, write a note to self and do one thing different. Put it in the past even more. You know what I used to do? I used to take on too much, which caused me to get tired, and then I didn't finish. So now I do less and say no. Notice that time travel. Back then, I used to do that. I'm learning now to do something different. And then maybe what you do is you put a Post-it note in front of you that says, do less, say no. Trust the pace with which I move through the world is the pace that's right for me. And flip the bird to those drivers who are tailgating you, saying you should go faster. Flip them the bird and say, go around you. See? Just like driving the car. Now, see, here's another thing. Notice this. I have all my returns since 1988. It's a fun, small stack of history. Yeah. Yeah, notice the stories your paper tells you. You know? Yeah. Don't trust the IRS. It's holding me up. Okay, so notice these. Yes. Notice these feelings you have. So, hedging your bets. Well, these people say 3 years. These people say 7 years. Maybe I'll just make it easier on my own brain and say, I'm going to keep the previous 10 years of tax paperwork. That makes it easier for me because I know because of tens, 10 is a magic number. Yes, it is. Because if it's my 2024, when it's a 2024 taxes that I go to file and I get them back from my person, then when I go to put them in the big tote down the basement that says taxes, I know to take out the 2014 one. So I don't even have to do math because it's a 4 here and it's a 4 here. So maybe I just keep 10 and that works for me because three packets different maybe only gains me that much space, but it provides me with peace of mind and ease of process. Okay? So, yeah. And maybe in this day of wild road rage, don't flip them the bird. Yes, trust me, but you can flip it underneath where you can't see it. You can mentally, I do this all the time, you can mentally flip the bird to a lot of people. Makes you feel better, you know? There we go. Okay. Oh, I only have a minute left. So Ellen says, enjoy my nap tomorrow. Yeah, you guys, full human disclosure, tomorrow I am going in for a colonoscopy. I am doing this because I'm taking care of myself. And so I will not be doing a TikTok live. That would be really funny if I was all hepped up on drugs. Take care of yourself. At the time that we're doing a TikTok live tomorrow, spend some time with yourself saying, how can I take care of myself? Write down some things you've been avoiding doing. Take care of your physical body. If you don't have that, the whole thing falls apart because your spirit is being carried around in this world. Your soul, all this good stuff is being carried around in this physical body. Okay? Yes. So yes. Oh, Loopy Beth would be hilarious. She's kind of funny. She is. I enjoy hanging out with her. But that's for another time. Okay? I will be back when I'm back. If you want to know when, yes. Thank you so much for all the good vibes, you guys, and I share this with you. I've done it before. It isn't pleasant, but this is what we have to do in order to stick around for a long time. Yes, today is the worst part. Yes. Oh boy, I've been through it before. But I will see you guys on the other side of that wonderful rest. I will be eating some saltines and drinking some water. And if you want to know when I'm showing up for another TikTok Live, hop on my mailing list, destinationdecluttered.com. Get your email into the form, and I'll see you on the other side, okay? Always a pleasure, you guys. Wicked fun all the time. We're going to have some fun and get it done, okay? Bye. Here we go. Bye.